Things are getting really exciting on the block. We've got roofs and lockup is just around the corner. It's also time to start thinking about the landscaping. I can hardly wait. In the last episode, you'll remember we looked at the different wall types on the houses and the all-important wall insulation. I also explained why we chose to use brick, including an excursion to take a look at how they're made. Now, the day of moving in is starting to feel like a reality, and there's a heap of work going on. I reckon these roofs look great. Kelly and Lisa weren't convinced with the idea of white roofing to start with, but it's more than just about fashion, it's also about thermal performance. The light roofs reflect the light, and being a lightweight material, it doesn't hold heat, unlike the neighbours' houses with the black tiled roof, which I reckon is absolute madness for a hot climate like Perth. But the important thing with the roofs, it's also about the angle. They've been pitched just beneath the requirements for scaffolding, which means they can be installed quicker, which means it's cheaper. It also makes it a lot easier for the installers of the solar panel and solar hot water systems to put them on and maintain them over time. Stepping inside, the water and gas lines have gone in, and we've used colour-coded pipework, including green pipe for the untreated rainwater supply to the toilets and washing machine. Rendering and plastering is underway, and all the cabling installed for electricals as well as data collection. This is where we'll plug in. This is cabling for the temperature sensors, which will be all through the house. This is for our on-site weather station. Out here, this will be where the inverter goes, and this will wire back into the electrical subboard. We'll track how much power is generated. Also from the subboard, we'll track the power use across a number of circuits, lighting, pumps, other bits and pieces, and all of that will be wired into a multi-channel data logger that gets recorded, and we can plug in to our smart wiring network, and that can then go via the web so people can access this data and see how the house and all the components are performing. We're at a very exciting stage of the project for me, and that is beginning to look at the landscaping works. We've already gone through and done some pretty comprehensive design work for the landscaping. But needless to say, now the buildings are up and the spaces are defined, and I've spent more time just on site. I've made some changes, and my thinking's sort of shifting a bit. Also, my wife Kelly has got some fairly clear thoughts on what she wants the space to look like, and I've got to confess, the initial design work, I kind of like a bull out of the gate, you know, took a lot of that on myself and perhaps left her out of the discussion more than I should have. In the current design, we're actually wrapping around, and we've got our prep bench and we've got our barbecue, and then it wraps around, and we've got the Something Great Big Pizza oven, a wood-fired oven. Kel's concerned that is just a major block to everything happening down here, so that's probably got to go. Yeah. That was a great session on site. I think we really kind of clicked. So I'm keen to see how that's been translated into the drawings and how it's shaping up. Can you maybe talk me through it?
Yeah, well, it's far more organic. It's a lot more fluid. So you've got less retaining walls, obviously less cost. Yep. But I think it looks great how you've got sort of placement of the rocks and kind of, it's more sort of wilderness.
I'm loving this space here.
Yep.
Right, that nature play area. And I think, you know, whilst I'm sad to lose my Chook Hilton hen house, I think that's a much better use of the space. Kel's going to be wrapped, and look, even though it's, you know, a bit of humble pie having to go back to the drawing board a little bit, I think it's a good outcome.
Yep. One of the main reasons we've spent so much time on the project is because the ideas are constantly evolving. So to be redocumenting and envisaging the project throughout the process, it's taken its toll from a time perspective.
Yeah, it's been interesting having your boss as your client. But yeah, fun though.
Yeah, it has been good. It has been good.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it.
There's been some tense moments, but then he's such a character. He's always sort of enthusiastic that you can never get angry at him.
Enthusiasm leads to quick decision changes as well.
Yes. Yeah.
normally drop into the block after work most days, but today I'm going to check out another sustainable housing project. There were 4 of them built, and they were selling for over $1 million each. And I'm keen to have a bit of a sticky beak to see what that kind of money gets you. And also I might pick up a few ideas. G'day Francis.
Josh, how are you?
I'm well, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us over.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's looking great out the front.
It's come up well, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I like the use of the zinc loom here. Very industrial.
This council's the first and the only you can use it in, actually.
Okay. Wow, isn't this lovely?
Yeah, great courtyard, isn't it?
Great courtyard, and check out this walling. So this is rammed recycled rubble, yeah?
That's right, yep.
That's gorgeous.
It's 100% recycled road base that's used. It's got asphalt, and also got part of the old house that we had here that we demolished, sent to the processor, brought back again, and 10% cement. Very sort of simple construction.
So why aren't we seeing more of this? I mean, it's beautiful, and it's great thermal mass.
I think rammed earth is still seen to be a sort of a premium product, when really it's a simple construction method, very, very simple. We've used it very simply just as a blade wall, and external and internal, as you'll see later.
Yeah. But still a more expensive option than brick, obviously.
At the moment.
Yep. And recycled or reused timber, I should say?
Yes, all 100% reused, recycled.
Yeah. How about indoors? Can we take a look?
Sure, absolutely, let's go.
Nice one. Certainly comfortable, isn't it?
Thermally. Yeah, and we've sort of done 2 things here. Obviously created the light, got airflow coming through.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's also creates some additional height as well.
I love these floors too. Is it burnished concrete, yeah?
Yep, very simple. 8% oxide black, and then along the front here, it's where with the solar gain we're getting double thickness for that sort of additional thermal mass.
Yep.
Very simple, very cheap, but sort of adds to the overall performance from the building.
And just looks terrific too. And I see more salvage timber. Yeah.
Yep. That actually came some of from the house, but the stairs all came from Perry Lakes. As you know, it was demolished. The stadium was demolished just quite recently. So that was.
And so when you say the house, you mean the original house?
The original house that was here. I mean, we've used both the material from the rammed earth walls, and obviously the timber, and all the rest of the house. The tiles and the copper and everything else is reused or reprocessed. So we sort of really try to make this a bit of an example of, because there's other developments nearby. We're in the development game. We're sort of keen to sort of have this be an example of what developers and builders can do if they work sort of collaboratively with the architect and the builder, and also through the recycling as well.
That's a beautiful home, and it's awesome to see how they've incorporated recycled content into the building materials. But at the end of the day, that does come at a higher cost, certainly compared to typical materials like brick and the things that we're building from. But again, let's not take away what they've done. It's a pioneering project, and let's hope the work they're doing, showcasing these materials, will help bring it, down in cost so everyone else can also use them as well. But seeing that lovely home and feeling how comfortable it is just makes me think, you know what, I can't wait to get into my place. In the next episode of Josh's House, we'll take a closer look at the glazing being installed, plus I'll update you on everything else going on at the block. To find out more and access the free info, go to joshshouse.com.au.
Take 2.
Let's